Have any of you played this yet? This Blaze the Cat fight?
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm working on World of Light on Smash,
Mhm.
and I'm doing the Blaze the Cat Spirit, and it's Robin on Emerald Hill Zone, but the entire bottom of the stage, like the actual like base level, so everything but the floaty platforms, is fucking on fire.
Oh, I beat that already.
Fuck you, Eddie.
Why?
What?
You won't do it, so
Holding the key firmly in my hands. I'm looking forward, I know where I stand. That must have said I've nothing to lose. Now is the right time, I'm making my move. On the high now. You can't bring me down. On the high now. You can't bring me down.
What's up, motherfuckers? It's another episode of World 1-1 Podcast. Before we jump into everything, make sure you like us on Facebook, follow the Twitter page. You can find us at our home on Podbean at world11.podbean.com, all one word, all spelled out. You can check out the currently under construction YouTube page. Find all of our awesome shit that we've got going on the Twitch channel at World 1-1 Podcast, all one word, all spelled out. And did I hit them all? I swear, I just need to write out a fucking checklist before we do this shit. This is getting a bit much. iTunes, Google Play Music, Spotify. Those, I knew I missed something. Damn it, none of you are any help. But also, just a last gentle reminder for anybody catching us at our home on Shout Engine. Here at the end of the month, that'll be the last time that we post these up on Shout Engine. There are links to the new Podbean home on those Shout Engine posts, so make sure you follow that link, bookmark it, and update your RSS feed. Also, I'm getting nowhere with iTunes, so if you're catching us on iTunes here in about a week, I'm going to blow up the current iTunes listing and get a new one going. You have been warned. So that being said, your safest bet, follow us on Podbean. Do that. Makes it easy.
Choose your fighter!
As always, I'm your host, Larry the Bearded Wonder. Joining me, back from the dead, is Eddie Snugglepants V.
I have returned probably for a couple of weeks, and then I'll be back in and out, depending on how work goes. But hello, everybody.
And we're back with Dylan Drinky Pants.
Yo.
Drinky Pants. And Josh the LaGrew.
Hello.
And Kathy, all the caffeine Twitch.
Hello.
You can tell I'm just tired. I'm not on my game tonight. I've not been thinking about anything.
You're never on your game with your nicknames for me.
I know.
You're pathetic.
Yeah, start with me. All right. So, let's jump into
Oh my gosh!
Video games.
let's start with Eddie. Since you've been gone, what the fuck have you been playing?
What have I been playing? Darksiders 3.
No, Eddie. What have you been playing?
Darksiders 3, Forza Horizon, all that for Xbox. I did pick up some games for it, but I'll be starting those a little bit later. Like, I need to get Just Cause 4. I'll be picking that up soon because I need to start that. I haven't really played a lot for PS4, but I did pick up some games for that system. I'm still playing BioShock. I know I was supposed to be done with it, but there was some new stuff that popped up for Switch that I had to do a review for. I've been playing mostly Nintendo Switch. Guacamelee 2, I've been getting further into that really great game. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, doing more unlocking of all the characters in the World of Spirits, and I think this is the ultimate Smash Bros. Games. I think it may
Well,
be.
it better be the ultimate. It's in the fucking title. Otherwise, they just lied to all of us.
I mean, I think like when they said that they went all out in this some. Like if you watch all of the Nintendo Directs and everything, and everybody just it makes you feel overwhelmed. When you actually start playing it, you just be like, "Goodness, what did you guys stuff into this game?" And why it feels like I haven't explored everything, and there's still more to explore to me. I probably will put this as the best fighting game of all time for me. I think it literally just knocked out Street Fighter 3 Third Strike out of the ranking of best fighting game of all time. I'm thoroughly enjoying it, having fun doing the 8-player battles, going through all the lands, unlocking stuff. Like I'm really enjoying it. Another game that I picked up is Gris on Nintendo Switch, and I got to say that this is pretty much a perfect 10. I think it's way better than God of War, and in the sense that Dylan, hold on, in the sense that it is something. What they did with this story and what they did with this art style is something that I could see Santa Monica adapting and making a small next God of War for. Maybe for like for PS4, like almost like an indie game or a prologue before they get into God of War 2. And it's right up their style, and it's weird taking an indie game like this from Namada Studios for me to see it on a Nintendo platform and also on PC and be like, this is something Sony needs. And Santa Monica would do this style of art justice. Not knocking Santa Monica for anything, but I could see a small God of War game done in this art style, and it fits them. I could just see them doing it, and I'm just like, man, this. As in narrative and presentation that people talked about that God of War has kind of introduced them to, Gris does it and kind of does it all in an equal manner, but on their own. And I think it's a game that definitely needs to be played. It way beats our Journey. But from the music, from the artwork, from just the style of the game, it has a little bit of Metroid in it, but it's kind of just a platformer since there's no combat or anything on it. It's probably one of second or third best indie game that came out this year. And for me to say that this rivals God of War says a lot. And then you might think it's weird that I say that. But I'm going it from a lot of people who talked about narrative and presentation and even art style. Gris just does something so wonderful with this art, and it's just like this is another level for indie games to be at. And I think AAA or some first party developers could really take this art style and do wonders. Another game that I've been playing was Twinkle Star Sprites. That was on Neo Geo. The First Tree, I picked up Cutter's End. Hunter's Legacy Perfect Edition is a RPG with cats, and Cat Quest I picked up also. I'm been playing that. So there's a lot of Switch stuff. And NBA 2K19 I picked up and going to start playing that too.
Piqued my interest in Chris. I'm gonna go buy it now after talking to you, or you talking about it, because I don't see that there's any way that it's better than God of War, but I haven't played it, so we'll see.
I think, like I said, it from the discussions that I have with a lot of people about presentation and narrative and stuff, this is a game that a lot of people who were so wowed by God of War that they're not going to pick up Gris, even though it shares the same thing with presentation and narrative and art. Like, you appreciate this thing for one game. Now that you have that knowledge, you need to apply that to Gris, and you can see that, wow, it does almost the same thing as God of War, or a little bit better, depending on who the player is. And I don't think a lot of people who play God of War is going to take that same outlook and viewpoint and apply it to Gris.
Interesting.
So. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing. By the time I be on the next show, I'll have a whole list for you guys because I'm going to be finishing up a lot of games after Christmas to talk about.
So let's turn it over. Dylan, what have you been playing?
Smash. I've been playing Smash.
I was playing
nonstop.
Smash too until my wife just showed up a minute ago and took the fucking Switch so you can go play some goddamn Pokemans.
Yeah, I've been playing a fuck ton of Smash. Obviously, if you tune into the streams, I've been playing Counter-Strike. I've been playing a little bit of Magic the Gathering Arena, which, while I like Magic, I kind of hate the arena because just like Magic in real life, you gotta buy fucking packs if you want to be good.
Right.
It's a nightmare. I did
Hearthstone.
buy. Well, see, Hearthstone, like you can get away with like grinding out and like building competitive budget decks. Like you can make some competitive ass budget decks in Hearthstone. You can't
that's why I took such a liking to Hearthstone, is because you can literally get any card you want just with some grinding at least.
Yeah, at the very least, you can grind it out.
Yeah.
In this game, no. You buy the pack or you shut the fuck up. Like, that's all there is to it. Now, you can grind and get packs, but, like, you can only get so many packs per day, one. And two, like, if you place against somebody that's, like, definitely bought some packs, because the game hasn't been out that long.
Right.
There's no competitiveness to it. Like, even with my budget deck, that like for the little packs that I've bought, like you just don't hold a candle to somebody that has like really put a lot of money into the game. With Hearthstone, like I said, you can still be competitive with budget decks. Like you can still hold your own even against people that have spent a lot of money building this perfectly crafted deck.
Yeah, because nothing's stopping you from crafting that exact same deck.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
time. Yep.
Exactly. That being said, I still have a lot of fun playing it. Counter-Strike's really fun. The Battle Royale mode is weird. I don't know that I like it. Probably don't like it. But I think really I'd take Fortnite over the Counter-Strike Battle Royale mode, which is, I know, shocking. But at least Fortnite's like got something going for it,
Right.
So to Counter-Strike out?
For the Battle Royale mode, for sure, yeah. The competitive mode is still, like, the best multiplayer game there is, in my opinion. For competitive multiplayer, I should say. And I've been playing some Mario Tennis Aces, because my brother just bought a Switch, and we've been playing the hell out of that. And then...
What are your thoughts on Aces? Does that have sufficient depth for what they're charging for that game?
I think so, yeah. But with the caveat, do your friends also have Aces? Because if your friends don't have Aces, no. It's a $20 game. If your friends have Aces, it's a $60 game. Because if you have people to play with...
Well, in that case, you're talking a $120 game, because then you got to buy a copy for a friend.
Well... I mean,
No,
don't buy it. Like...
I think it's so well.
Yeah, if your friends can't pony up the $60, then fuck them. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, don't play it. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Smash. I still haven't unlocked enough characters. I tried some of the Lost mode or whatever the fuck that is, but
World of Spirits.
Yeah, World of Spirits, did not care for it. Do not like World of Spirits at all. And it was like the thing I was most excited about Smash, and I've played the least amount of it. Yeah, I don't like it at all. It's alright. Just because it's like really boring and like bland. It's like one fight to another fight, but they're like, and there's like some cheap shit too, and you gotta find like the right dudes for your spirit like booster dude to fight them, and then like you might fight like 3 people against one dude, and if you don't have the right spirit dude, then you gotta go back and grind. I'm just like, dude, I don't care. I just want to smash. Like, that's all I want to do. It's Smash Bros. Okay, I want to beat Face. So like my favorite mode in Smash is the challenge mode. Like you pick your one fighter that you like, and then you run through, and it's like classic, Smash, and I like that. The World of Spirits is not bad, but it's just not for me. Like it's boring. Like I don't have any fun playing it. Like it's just
kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's just dull.
It's more of an RPG than it is like a kind of arena with rules. It's more of an RPG.
I like that Nintendo has a way of sprinkling RPG elements into games that it has no business being in.
Mhm.
But to me, it just misses the mark. Like it doesn't do the RPG elements very well, and I'm grinding to like really to get characters, and it takes longer to get characters doing that than it does to just play Smash. So I'm just gonna play Smash. I might come back and do it after I've like unlocked all the characters, but like I don't like being shoehorned in to like playing Kirby and like going through and trying to find characters that I like.
But that's a test of your skill. And
Sure, but it's also boring. Like I think
it's boring
as
too.
Roy and spam up B
and
18
that's the thing
times
about
until
it.
you're off the fucking camera. Like that's all I want to do.
And that's the thing. It's boring to you because you don't want to challenge yourself. And
No,
World of
I
Light
mean,
is making you feel challenged.
I have played through quite a bit of it, and it's not that it's challenging. Like
No,
what's
I'm
more
saying,
challenging is the
I'm saying
actual
more
challenge.
challenging yourself. And so learning different characters and learning different strategies.
Dude, I play them all the time. It's the game mode. The game mode is boring. It's a boring ass game mode. Like I have to fight boring people doing boring. Like it's not good. It's okay. It's just okay, and that's fine. It's an extra little thing, and it doesn't have to be a 10 out of 10. It could be like a 4 out of 10, whatever, 5 out of 10. It's a nice little side thing. Over here, the meat of Smash is delicious, and I want more of it. So like, this just gets lost to me while I'm playing Smash. Like, yes, I will probably come back to it at some point, but right now, all this, like, why have turkey when I can have bacon? I want the bacon. Give me the bacon. Yeah.
Right? Well, why would you cheat yourself with just bacon? Turkey is better. It tastes better. It's more fulfilling.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
Bacon's
God.
horrible.
Okay, how about this? Scotch vodka. All right, I'll take the scotch. Okay.
They both cheap, but so I guess.
Oh, scotch ain't cheap. Not good scotch. I mean, good vodka's not cheap either, but yeah.
Eddie's over there being classic hood, going, fuck your scotch, fuck your vodka. You drinking the yak up in the hood.
Shoot, yak still costs too much. If it can't fit in the,
Right.
if it don't say Coke 45 and can't fit in a brown bag, but you can't see it, you ain't drinking right.
Yeah, like I said, it's fine. I just don't think it's like the meat of the game is better than the sum of its parts, I guess. What else have I been playing? I've been playing some Forza, and that's about it. I mean, oh, Hades, yeah, I've been playing some of that on the stream, and that game is fucking awesome. Like, I am loving that game. Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm looking forward to getting back and playing more. I wish I had more time. I will be playing a shit ton of it come Friday, because Friday through Christmas, I have no work. So I'm going to be in my underwear playing Hades all day. And then when I get tired of Hades, Smash. When I get tired of Smash, Hades. It'll be great. Some little CS sprinkled in. It'll be good times.
You gonna drizzle that with some Fortnite too?
Maybe, yeah, maybe. Why not, dude? I'm down to play. All right, like
Love for everybody.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the game, but like I've said 1,000 times, I support Epic and its love for its community, and I'll keep trying that game, and I'll probably never like it, but whatever.
Right on. And how about Kathy?
Okay. So, like Dylan, I've also been playing Hades, and same thing. I'm loving the game. Definitely have gotten further along. I now kind of understand why the character's trying to leave the underworld. I'm not gonna, spoiler alert. I'm not gonna go into that because I don't want to ruin it for others who may not have played it. But yeah, the gameplay is fun. I definitely think I found that the shield is my favorite weapon. I mean, I think it's just the easiest one to get through the levels with. And I do like the, being able to go back and talk with everybody and get more of the story.
I'm all about that bow, baby.
Oh, God, I hate the bow, though. I usually love the bow and arrow. That's what I use in my Skyrim. That's all I'll ever use is, the bow and arrows. But in this one, it just did not... I don't know. I find it difficult to use, and it doesn't work the way I thought it would. So I definitely prefer the shield. I think the shield is more accurate with its throwing because I like it.
The shield is definitely more spammy. Like, you can get away. Like, it's got a greater grace period of, like, if you fuck up, you can recover a lot faster.
And I think that's what and that's what I like because I need to be able to recover because otherwise I always end up dashing right into the bad guys. It just happens. So
especially with those chests.
Yes. But again, it's worth dying and going back to the home base every so often. And then, Dylan, since you decided to play Fortnite with me, I decided I could, be a team player, and I did download Counter-Strike Global Offensive to test it out, see how it is. I can see the appeal.
Okay.
It reminds me, though, of how I felt when I started playing Fortnite. I hated Fortnite in the beginning. I thought it was stupid. And it took me a while before I got into it and I realized, like, oh my god, I love Fortnite. So I kind of have the same feelings about this. I think we need to get into
Yeah, we need to get together. Yeah.
It takes a while to really get yourself hooked into the loop.
Well, not only that, you need, like, especially coming into Counter-Strike is such a deep, it's so basic, but, like, just its levels of shit, like, you gotta understand the economy of the game, like, there's so many
digging into the meta. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Right. That, like, if you have somebody that's, like, can help you kind of discern all that.
Well, and especially now that it's so established, too, to come in new from, for a game that's been around, evolving that meta for how many years now, that's super obnoxiously hard to get into unless you have somebody to guide you through that.
Right, and I would be more than happy to be your mentor for that game. I would love to, like, get you into ranked with me. We could, there's ranked doubles now.
Wait, hold up. I'm not gonna start.
We'll start running the gauntlet on people, alright?
I definitely have to learn the controls, and I definitely know my settings are... It's like with Fortnite, when I moved from controller to keyboard, I had a lot of learning curve. In fact, it took me probably about 2 months before I finally got comfortable with my keybinds. I'm actually thinking about going back and trying the game with the controller and seeing if I like it.
Do not play that game with a controller.
Okay.
It will not be fair. Like, because everybody's sensitivity, like, that game's default sensitivity is super high. Like, and everybody cranks that shit up to, like, 11, because it's such a, like, that's why I love Counter-Strike. It's like, it's got these elements of, like, old school Twitch-based shooters, like, where it's just snap to, try to headshot, keep moving, you never stop. So it's definitely do not use a controller. Those joysticks will be the death of you.
Well, the keyboard is the death of me if you watched it. I mean, again, it's just new. It's learning the mechanics, learning, because I'm sitting here spamming. I'm sitting here spamming the button to build, and it's like, oh yeah, I can't build in this game. This game is not a building. Or you'll see me jumping around like I am in Fortnite. I'm like, God, they must all think, oh, she's a Fortnite player.
Oh yeah.
Dylan, let me ask you a question here. Throw out a thought. What if, what's to say that at least her starting CS:GO on controller where she's more comfortable and she can at least acclimate into some of the depth and the meta of that game. And then once she's comfortable there, then worrying about getting into finessing the controls over to mouse and keyboard.
You could definitely do that, like try to go shallow into deep. Like, I don't think that would be a detriment to you except for your long-term ability, because no matter what is, once you at some point you need to make the jump to keyboard, right? So why not jump in feet first and figure out those controls that suit you best? That way you're not going from controller to keyboard and having to make another jump, because it's going to be it's going to be hard enough as it is to go there. Why make yourself jump an extra hurdle unnecessarily? You could play some games with bots. That's kind of where I would start if I were you. Instead of going into community and stuff, I would start with bots. You can start all the way down on very
bots
easy.
Are too easy.
And put them on hard then. You can put them all the way up, and those motherfuckers are not easy anymore. If you put them on the max setting, they're pretty extreme. Now, if you want to play controller, but I would not advise it. It would be very difficult to make that jump to keyboard and mouse, once you get there, because you'll get comfortable.
Well, I'd like to disagree with you on that, because I played Fortnite with the controller for almost 6 months before I made the jump to keyboard, and I think I've done pretty fucking awesome with that switch. So I think I can
give it a shot.
I'd like to see the difference, and I'd like to see, because
I'm not sure Counter-Strike has full controller support though too. You might want to look into that.
I think it did, because I was looking at it, but we'll see. Yeah, I'll have to look into it. But yeah, no, I mean, I can see the appeal. Like I said, it's getting used to the differences between Fortnite, and I've never played first-person shooters except for the Metroid Prime series. Those are the only ones I've ever played. And BioShock Infinite. So I really wasn't. This is my first time actually playing a game where it's really a first-person shooter in a long time. Fortnite's not. It's third-person. So
right. Which is it feels so alien to me when I'm playing Fortnite. I'm always how do I go into first-person mode? How do I switch?
Well, they want you
so
to look
I get
at,
it.
Who your character is.
That's so you can buy the skins.
Of course.
Also, Eddie, this is not cheap. Okay.
$45.
More like 60, but yeah.
So moving on. I also been playing Fortnite. I know I didn't talk much about it last week because I was giving you guys a break, but they released a new patch yesterday. They're going to be doing the 14 days of Fortnite, and they're bringing back a lot of their limited time modes, different challenges to kind of celebrate their the Christmas season, the holiday season. I'm starting to get back into it gets to a point where once I complete the challenges, I kind of bored with the game. They also got rid of the infinite. What was it?
The Infinity Sword.
Yeah, that's been taken out because it was so overpowered, and there was a lot of controversy with that. So that kind of takes away the fun of it. But again, they brought back my favorite mode, the close encounters, where it's nothing but shotguns and the grenades and dynamite. So that helps, because I don't like eliminating a whole bunch of people, then all of a sudden somebody snipes me from the back and takes away all the glory that I just had. But
see, that's my kind of mode. I get into shooters and I want to play with a shotgun. That's my go-to weapon.
Yeah, and that's why this mode is really cool, because
download Counter-Strike.
Yeah, never mind.
But can I play it on my Switch?
No.
No.
Well, you can play Fortnite on.
You can play
Switch.
Fortnite, yeah.
But true.
Yeah, Kathy. I mean, anything that gets you more into Counter-Strike, I would say go for it. I mean, even if you're playing with
Listen to
controller.
him trying to sell this game. I played it. Can't you be happy that I played the game?
Well, I'm just looking forward to you getting the hook end, and then us going ham and some competitive.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, I will never give it. Well, no, I shouldn't say that because, yeah, Fortnite could easily be eliminated with all the stuff that's going on with them. And then lastly, Hollow Knight, getting further along. Where am I at? Picked up the Dream Nail. And then, so I'm still trying to work on that. But last night I didn't go to work. I was sick, so I was home and couldn't sleep. So I wanted to play Hollow Knight, but I didn't want to continue on my game because since I'm streaming that one, I didn't want to get further and then people be like, what the hell happened? So I started a brand new campaign, and God, I wish I hadn't done that because now I'm realizing I missed a shit ton of stuff that now I'm going to have to go back and do because I found it playing the new game. So it's like, shoot, I got so much stuff to go back and take care of. But in a way, that's a good thing because, that will help me with my other game. But like, there was a character for some extra shields charms spaces I totally blew over, forgot to go back and take care of. I was playing the game harder than I should have because there were things I should have had before I went into certain areas. Right. And I'm like, God, this is so difficult. And then it's like afterwards I'd find something like, shit, I could have had this the entire time. What the hell was I thinking? So it's kind of nice to go back. And then there's areas that I didn't explore thoroughly and missed out on some stuff. So live and learn, but no, well, it is fun to go back into the game though and find those areas and kind of run the two games side by side. So I'm probably gonna play a little bit more tonight on the new file. But that's it. That's all I've been playing.
And that leaves Josh.
Yeah, I'm not playing much. I'm still kind of stuck in my world of Red Dead, and between work, and that's about it.
I need to get further into Red Dead.
Yeah, I'm on chapter 4. I think I'm about halfway through chapter 4. It's good. I like it. I'm enjoying it. I'm just want to finish it.
Yeah, I need to get back into that game, dude. Smash came out and derailed my whole everything. The funny thing is I've never even been a big fan of Smash until this iteration. So,
Red Dead is kind of feeling like a washing machine game to me, so just like I'll finish it whenever I need to.
I just know if I don't finish it now, I'm probably not going to.
That's what happened with Persona with me.
I just want to finish it so I can just say I finished it, I'm done, I can move on to something else. I'm really enjoying it, and I know we've talked at length about it, but I'm enjoying it. I just kind of want it to be over for a while.
You're just anxious to get back to Dragalia Lost.
Yeah, everything else.
That is a good game. Stop it.
I have nothing against it. It's just fun to poke at.
Oh, mean.
No, not mean. So when do we start seeing you rocking some of the old PC stuff on the stream? By the way, I'm genuinely itching to that because I'm contemplating digging up some old PC shit that I've got through GOG and a few other things, and pushing through some of that on stream once my schedule fucking settles down and I can put some time in.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I'm doing too. I'm kind of debating a couple things. I have an old PC that I've got a couple old PCs that I'm gonna get up and running again, and a couple of them are running already. I don't know if I want to stream from like original hardware, or do I want to run like a DOS box and try to do it from my PC now?
No, you should totally go super meta. Run the game on the old original like hardware, and then just put a camera up on the screen.
That's kind of where I'm at. I mean, my schedule too is kind of crazy right now, and it's going to settle down in the next
week.
What
games are you thinking about doing?
I can do almost anything, but I'm thinking about some of the old adventure games and stuff like that.
I want to play a game I haven't been able to find in forever. Black and White. I don't know if any of you guys ever played.
I got it.
Yeah,
That's not,
I've been.
that's not even that
Yeah.
old.
No, it's not even that old, but like it's old enough to where
Yeah.
like
That's
most
what, about
people have.
15 years now?
Yeah,
You did
people
that.
have forgotten that game, and like
Right.
I was just thinking about it the other day. Me and my brother were talking about Fable.
Can't you order it though?
Yeah.
I think it's
All in the-
available for
you can on
order.
Steam, can't you?
No, I don't think so.
I think you
It's not
can.
if it's not somewhere digitally at this point.
I think it is.
Right.
I love how you think though that's old.
Well,
Yeah, I know. No, I'm talking about King's Quest series,
Yeah.
Quest for Glory. I may even go back. I'm not really sure though. I'm kind of debating. I have King's Quest multiple ways. I have it on disc. I have it on CD. I also have it a few other ways that I might be able to play it right now.
it's still $60 on Amazon.
There you go.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's good. That's why.
Neverhead's kind of held up like that on Amazon too, actually. That's what I want to get a hold of because they don't have it digitally anywhere, which fucking sucks.
Yeah, I would love to play some Black and White 2 again, or just regular Black and White. It's been forever. I never beat that game, as a kid. StarCraft 1, I never was able to beat. I beat StarCraft 2, but like as a kid, I couldn't beat StarCraft 1, or Warcraft 3, But I mean, I know those games aren't super old, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, Black and White. I'm pretty sure you can find it cheaper than $60. You could probably get it on eBay or something for $10 or $15. Like a
will the
used
disc
copy.
be in good condition though?
It'd be good enough to play.
yeah,
sure.
that's all I need.
I mean, just
Surprised
let
you
it
can't
show
find-
style.
Surprised you haven't looked at somebody's garage sale, getting rid of it, or the
I don't know
Salvation
if it
Army.
was like hugely popular when it came out though.
No, Black and White. No, a lot of people. That game came out and it got ignored like
Okay,
crazy.
Yeah.
snooze.
It's a
But it was,
sleeper.
yeah, 2001, I think. 2002, something like that.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say check out some Salvation Army. So some garage sales, you'll probably find a copy there.
2001, yeah. 2001.
Yeah, you should
Good
find a
game.
copy. So I'm up for suggestions. I'm kind of like debating on what I want to play first or whatever.
Dude,
but-
we can play some Age of Empires.
Oh, we could do
Right.
that. Yeah, I know. That's a good suggestion. No,
I've
we
got
should do. You want to do the? You're talking about the original one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
OG
Yeah.
Age of
Yeah,
Empires.
I've got that too. So we can
13-hour
play
game.
that. I know. Yeah, we can definitely play that.
I'm probably in the
so-
minority here, but I would totally sit through streams of the entire Myst series.
I
Oh,
wouldn't.
dude,
Yeah,
I've
you'd
got
be
that too.
definitely minority.
I hate that game. I mean, I would totally watch somebody play it, but I remember
wouldn't.
getting so mad at that game. I like broke a mouse.
Oh,
Like,
and some of those puzzles are fucking
They're-
brain melting.
They're
That's-
insane. They're
I
insane.
think-
because-
Especially
yeah.
when you get into like Riven. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Finding doing the games in highlight magazine is better than this. This is just like utter boring.
I like
You have some
the
interesting
story of
opinions, Eddie. Interesting opinions.
Eddie's an elitist gamer.
I know.
He-
Riss
yeah.
is apparently better than God of War. All right, like I don't know what's going on.
I'm just saying.
all right, so I think that just leaves me. I have been playing some Smash. I've opted. I am not going into just Smash mode. I've decided I'm probably best gonna get my $60 worth out of it by actually playing all the way through.
No,
Wants to
hello?
go through and collect all the spirits and all the fighters that way. So, did we lose Dylan?
Am I here?
Everybody's
you're
here.
Everybody.
Except just
here.
froze.
I
You got all-
yeah,
hello,
everything
hello.
froze. Yeah,
It just
everything
froze for a
froze
second.
Fucking weird. But yeah, so I'm working on World of Light. The other reason too is that I don't want to go back and earn all the characters, because if you earn them in Smash, they don't unlock in World of Light. If you get them in World of Light, they unlock in regular Smash.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Okay.
yeah, I'm not gonna double up on my effort there.
Need to
I'm
give
just
me
gonna
those friend
fiddle my-
coats.
Yeah, that's right. We never did that, did we?
No.
God damn it, we need to fix that this week. But yeah, I think World of Light is where my money's at for Smash, just because, again, it's something, too, that I tend to... I know it's a multiplayer to death game, but I play it fucking by myself. And so that's where all the interesting little quirks are to me. Instead of just, playing against the bot over and over and over again, I'm at least playing with bots with variety. And that part interests me. So it gives me the variety to get my money's worth out of it, and not make me upset that I spent $60 on a multiplayer game for a series that mixed bag for me, about 50-50. Like, I loved 64 Smash. Melee was not my cup of tea. Brawl was fantastic, but again, that comes back to the fact that Brawl had Subspace Emissary, and that was fucking awesome as a single-player mode. And then Smash 4 was... I liked a lot of the content in it, just in terms of scope, but it still just didn't move the needle for me the way Brawl did, because I was so hoping for another, follow-up to, like, Subspace Emissary. And while Ultimate doesn't quite hit Subspace Emissary, World of Light at least gives me something, and it doesn't have the really cool story drive that Subspace did, which again is something I think they really could have helped. As a matter of fact, I was going to say, NBC hit on it. It's like, when you're at least getting to unlock fighters themselves, not the spirits, but the actual fighters. It would have been nice if they had put the little fighter video clips in, from over the years.
Oh, yeah.
So-and-so joins the battle, or, like, those would have been a nice touch.
Yeah.
Like, come on. It just, in terms of narrative, World of Light is so bare bones, and I don't want to hear, well, it's a fighting game, what do you expect, when I can turn around and look back at Subspace and go, yeah, but that had a whole fucking story, and it was cool as shit. So, other than that, played a little bit of Bendy. I bought my copy of Salt and Sanctuary and haven't taken it out of the case yet. So, I also just remembered, too, as we were talking about Epic earlier, I totally forgot. I have a PC copy of Shadow Complex that might be coming up in a stream somewhere.
So good. That game is so good.
Uh-huh. So I remember fondly the E3 when they announced it. Like, yeah, we got tired of Nintendo. We got tired of waiting for Nintendo to make a new side-scrolling Metroid game, so we just decided we were going to do it ourselves. Here's Shadow Complex. And they literally called it out.
As good as it is, the controls are still quite janky for that game.
I had no problems with controls on
Get
Shadow
the hell
Complex.
out of here.
I still, I mean, because I haven't for PS3, and it's just like, oh goodness, what is with these controls? It's like the controls are not tight enough. Like, if you play that and then you play like Samus Returns on the 3DS, you could tell the difference of the controls and the tightness of the controls. Not saying that the game Shadow Complex is bad, but the looseness in that game with some of the controls is not.
I had no issue on that.
Yeah.
I think that was just you.
I think it's just something that they could patch and fix.
Oh, that'll never
That's
happen.
why-
It's too old now.
And that's why I'm saying that if you play something like almost in that range with the controls, you can find something a little bit more cleaner and tighter than what Shadow. Not saying, like I said, not saying the game is bad or anything. Just some of the controls is quite janky.
I don't know. I think they did really well with the controls, especially considering what they were working with there, and having to make it so that you were working on combat, not just in the on the 2D foreground plane, but also having to deal with what's happening in the background as well.
Yeah.
And that 3D aiming, I think, was extremely functional and intuitive for what they had designed. So, but yeah, there's a couple things that I'm starting to kind of mentally put in a list or slotting into a queue for when things settle and I can start joining you guys on the stream on Twitch. Which, by the way, plug everything. If anybody listening has been missing some of the live streams on Twitch, you can now catch up with those on the YouTube channel on our new playlist on there, Pipe Streams. So that's the thing. You'll be able to catch up on all the previous streams as they as the time goes on. So there's already a nice media library up there of Hades and Counter-Strike and Magic, and that'll keep growing as we go along. So yeah, make sure that's another reason to go check out the YouTube channel as we rep and prep for launch here in January for that. But yeah, that's played. What did I do? Yeah, I played a little bit of Bendy. I'm inside of chapter 3, and I've barely gotten to touch it since I first got it. I wish I could say I got to play enough of it to actually have an extra thought on it, but it's been a week since I've gotten to touch it, and when I only get 20 minutes in, it's not enough to click in my head and make it into anything relevant. But I did get to fucking play it, so that's an improvement at this point in my life. Sad as that is. So, but yeah, that's I think that's all I got. Which means this is a perfectly good place to say break. And we're back. So this is the back half of the show where this week we're going to waddle on over to the fucking news desk here. And we're going to jump into, what was it? We were going to do Epic is being sued by fucking everyone.
Yes, so this one comes from GameInformer.com. Fresh Prince Alfonso Ribeiro files lawsuit against Epic over Fortnite dance up. And then there is an update with the Backpack Kid. The story states, the question of whether dances are freely available to be reproduced without concern has been fairly open over the years. But Epic's Fortnite seems to have brought the discussion up to a more mainstream level. A number of artists and critics have chided Epic for stealing dances from people and cultures to profit from. But until 2 Millie, who recently filed an official complaint, no one had decided to test these waters. Now another popular dance is being put in the spotlight. Alfonso Ribeiro, who played Carlton in the 1990s NBC sitcom The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, is suing Epic over a dance called Fresh. In the TV show, Carlton would exemplify his lack of dancing skills by swinging his arms side to side and snapping, usually to music by Tom Jones. The Fortnite dance is immediately recognizable as the Carlton dance from The Fresh Prince, with the name evoking the show's title. Ribeiro's law firm is alleging that Epic stole his dance and recreated it in Fortnite and is now profiting off of it from the game's store. He was also mentioned in 2 Millie's lawsuit by name as another dance creator whose moves were stolen. While dances are protected, they can only be done if the ownership of the dance can be definitively pinpointed. In most cases, that is done through the copyright holder. In 2 Millie's case, the Millie Rock dance had not been copyrighted, but the rapper says he is in the process of doing so. Ribeiro's law firm has not said anything either way about whether the actor or perhaps the production company or even NBC possesses a right for the Carlton dance. The Fresh Prince dance has been reproduced in a number of video games like Saints Row and Destiny. Then this is the update with the Backpack Kid. Backpack Kid, the minor who allegedly originated the floss dance that has become a core part of Fortnite's cultural identity, is also filing suit against Epic, according to TMZ. To be more accurate, his mother and his manager are filing suit over the use of his dance. The firm representing the 16-year-old are also suing 2K Games for the same dance.
Oh Lord. You know, this makes me just look at, and Kathy, don't take this personally. Half of this is just in jest. But I'm looking at this going...
Half.
Only which half?
Yeah.
I'll let you decide.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of going, Fortnite might be one of the most derivative games. Because it aped its its whole gameplay mechanic via PUBG. Granted, they at least, instead of just, aping the mechanic, at least gave it a unique art style. But then on top of that, they aped like every other cultural piece for all the dance shit that they're charging money for too. And now it's coming to bite them in the ass.
But the thing with PUBG is that they stole the idea of Battle Royale from the movie Battle Royale. And other stuff that was doing it, with books and stuff. Like the Running Man is kind of a Battle Royale, but in a different sense,
I would say that like
PUBG didn't own the rights to Battle Royale either, so anybody could come along and create a game. So
I would say though with
PUBG was just pissed.
Fortnite, at least, like Fortnite had a game before taking the Battle Royale, and then they put their own like creative spin on Battle Royale. Like PUBG doesn't have any garbage ass building.
They're just pissed off. They lost on money.
Yeah, I mean,
pretty much.
We was playing Battle Royale when Royal Rumble came out for Super Nintendo, so it's just like...
Yeah, PUBG did it really well.
The original Battle Royale.
Fortnite.
What was that?
Smash Brothers, the original Battle Royale.
Yeah. PUBG did it really well, and then Fortnite came and made it free to play and made it run like flawlessly and added building. And then like now everybody's trying to get in on that money because they've just been crushing it. I had literally, no joke, this is a true story. This happened to me today. Okay, like I sold a family one of those fucking hoverboards, right, for their kid for Christmas.
Swagtron?
It was a Swagtron. Yeah, that's what we sold.
My wife works at the company that fucking makes those.
Okay,
that's where she works, dude.
Awesome. Yeah, so we sell those. Like, she probably. Mike Johnson might be, and Joe might be one of her bosses. I don't know. Those guys deliver it to us, and that's the regional guys that we deal with. But anyway, they the kid, I sold it to him like 2 days ago, right? Apparently, the kid had taken her mom's credit card, right, and bought $500 worth of skins on Fortnite. That's how much of a killing. And they came and returned the fucking Swagtron because obviously they're pissed. Yeah, obviously they're pissed. So they went and did that. And Fortnite is, like I said, they're obviously making a killing on that, and everybody's like sharks in the water now. They're like, ooh, look at that money, I want a slice of my pie. Granted, they definitely took things, but I mean, if it's not copyrighted, it's not copyrighted,
Fair game.
Yeah. Yep. Fair use, son. Fair use. So.
Yep.
But I think they'll definitely settle.
Oh yeah,
I don't think they settle.
They're gonna pay money. They're just gonna pay money. Just to get it.
They have enough money where they could just be like, boom, no more.
There's no reason to settle.
Money.
There's no reason to, because the thing about it is they can't bring anything into court. I'm like, if they go into court, all of this has already been done, and like the dance moves being in the game, all of that stuff has already been done. You cannot just start making a copyright and then, okay, we're going to sue Epic because we just got a copyright thing. No, all of that stuff has already been done in the game. If you knew that that your stuff is popular, you should have did it
that's why
your game, because people have been doing the Carlton dance for years.
Well, yeah, but that's why Fortnite's just gonna settle though, because they can settle it out of court and not have to like go through a long ass court battle to see who owns the rights to it and just shut it down.
Epic is willing to go through a long court battle with them. Epic has the money. It's gonna be everybody who is suing them who don't want to go through the long court battle, because that's money that they have to pay for. Epic is gonna sit probably be like, let's go to court. Let's do
I don't
this
see
thing.
it going
Because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for Epic to be like, oh, we're going to settle because we took it. No, Epic's going to sit back and be like, let's do this. Go to.
Because it makes sense, because there is, no matter what, you always bet on a sure thing, especially in business, right? Like if you're going, you always bet on a winning horse. The winning horse guaranteed is settling out of court, because then they can just settle it. They can close the case. They don't have to go through a court battle where they could possibly lose. And if they
Epic
lose,
won't
then
lose.
they have
They
to
won't
rebuild
lose.
that.
Epic will
You
lose.
never know.
Everybody who is bringing
Yeah,
the
but
case has,
as a
but
corporate lawyer will
that's
tell
the
you,
thing about it.
you bet on
Everybody,
the winning horse.
everybody who is bringing the case, they have to provide the evidence. They have to provide the copyright. They have to provide all of that, and that's going to cost them money. The thing about it is, if the people who are trying to do all of this sort of stuff, if they don't got the money to do all of that, Epic is going to sit back and they're going to be like, well, we're going to have to drop it because we don't got the money to continue this court case. Everybody who is suing Epic has to put out more money than what Epic has to put out. And if they don't got the
Yeah,
money,
but if those people are smart, they'll band together. They'll get a good,
Right.
you know, like
They will,
there's
because
ways.
everybody
Like I
wants-
said, as a company, you're looking at your bottom dollar. You do not want to take what's your highest risk, highest reward. All right. You don't want to take the ability to lose every, possibly copyrighted dance when you could just settle it, be done with the thing, and move on. Then you get to keep your dances. You get to keep making more money off.
In Epic's case, selling it doesn't make no sense. Why would I pay you something that you didn't really copyright? Because your dance routine, if you created something like that, you should have already been
Because if they
copyrighted that.
win, then you lose your dances. You lose that money stream. You lose all that.
They
Why
won't.
not just settle it, dude? I'm
They
telling
won't,
you,
because
there's
the
lawyers
judges
sitting in a
don't-
room.
the-
right
Oh
now.
yeah, they're sitting in it. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're figuring it out.
Sitting in a room right now, being like, "What's our risk? What's the probabilities? And is it easier to just settle?" And almost like 99% of the time, big companies just settle because they're like, "Fuck it, I'm not going to deal with this."
For Epic, it won't settle because this is a copyright case. All of that evidence is on the person who's doing the suing. That, like the story said, they have to pinpoint when they did that copyright, not when you created the dance, when they did the copyright. Because the thing about it is that because Epic has taken the dance or taken the movement, placed it in their game, and it becomes popular, they're going to be like, okay, when did you copyright this? And if you already copyright this while this game was already in motion and making a success, the judges are going to look more onto them. Be like, well, why did you copyright this when other people were using it, where there's other videos older than this that has been shown it? And what guarantees that you are the original person who actually did this? Because if Epic go back and could go on YouTube and find someone who made that same dance before that person made that dance popular, that person has the right to copyright and to get a copyright and sue that person who somewhat created the dance. Are they going to settle then? There's a lot of levels to this, so the judges are definitely going to be looking at the plaintiffs to be like, when did you put in this? When did you copyright this? And if was it done during this game or after the game or before the game? The judges are going to ask all the plaintiffs all that questions. They're not going to ask Epic that many questions, because Epic is going to lure up with the best lawyers, and they're going to have all their evidence ready to go. It's going to be all the people who are doing this.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie here. I'm a little curious. I'm just wondering to myself out loud. Does Alfonso own the rights? Even if
No.
he gets
No.
it, does he own the
doesn't.
rights, or does that
He
belong to
doesn't.
the fucking studio?
That goes to NBC or whoever the fuck owns it. Yeah,
I think it's a rapper, I believe it is.
but
From way back.
Epic has even settled people like their case against that 14-year-old kid, right?
Right.
That
Right.
they settled that dude, and he was
Right.
using their system to make money. You know what I'm saying? And they settled without even.
But that's a whole different
Really,
situation.
it's still copyright. It's still
That was
copyright.
a whole
No.
different
Yeah, it's
situation.
copyrighted.
The cheating program with the 14-year-old kid was that he created or he got that software illegally.
And he was making money, but
he
it was a
illegally-
copyright infringement. The
he
whole case was
illegally-
based on copyright
Not
infringement.
really. He illegally tampered with somebody's IP. He illegally tampered with Fortnite, because the stuff that he did to cheat was not allowed in the game. That doesn't come with the base game that Epic designed the game to be. He illegally inputted code for that game for his game that he was playing to do that. So he broke Epic's IP. He broke all the laws because he wasn't supposed to do that. That's not allowed. So when you break somebody's IP, because even when we look at Soldier Boy and that little Android thing, Soldier Boy is breaking Nintendo's IP because he has emulation that don't belong to him. Only. That's all. That's illegal to do. That's considered as a crime. Now, Epic is
legal because
Epic is probably showing compassion, or the lawyer probably came to Epic with a deal to be like, hey, we know this is illegal. We don't want to draw it out. We know that he is young. Can we work something out? Those lawyers went to Epic to have that settled. Yes.
The whole crux of this issue,
go
whole
ahead.
crux of this issue is that these dances were originally created, and these rappers or whoever created them never ever monetized them. They never made money on them. Now Epic's coming around, uses them, and starts making money on them. They didn't make these dances. So this is what a copyright lawyer is going to look at. They're going to say, "Oh, you made $100 million in 2 years off this emote, even though it might be less than that, but whatever." And they're going to say, we think that this person who created this or this person who popularized this needs to be given royalties, and that happens all the time.
And Fortnite Epic is going to be like, it's going to be easier for us, and our chance of maybe losing long term on this is higher than what we're willing to gamble with. So let's just settle it, because they could settle it. Say they made, let's just say on the floss, right? Let's just say they made, over, let's say $5 million, right? The people that go to court for that, the copyright lawyers could be like, well, my client popularized this. No, it was never copyrighted, but you guys don't own the copyright to that either. But you have monetized it.
And once they say that to the judge is going to make a decision. Once you say that at the time they was making it was not copyrighted, the judge is going to question that.
Yeah, but
I'm not a lawyer though. They are. They'll have the right shit to say.
Right. Yeah. That's why I'm saying once they say that at the time when the game came out and this was input in the game, once they said that it wasn't copyrighted, monetized, the judge is going to hear that and they're going to question that. They're going to go on that.
Right, but they'll also look at well, this is a popularized thing. This person is owed at least a percentage of royalties and or back pay because they're the person that popularized it.
Making something popular doesn't give you royalties.
And two,
you have to go.
It happens constantly, though, dude. Constantly,
really,
people constantly get paid out.
You have to go to the You have to go through the legal process of copywriting to get something, to get paid royalties.
I'm telling you, I'll bet you a bottle of Colt 45. All right, that they pay some money. All right, out
Eddie
for
loses,
this.
he owes you 2 zigzags.
Well, we shall see. But
I almost guarantee this will get settled.
I think if they literally go to court, the judge is going to ask all of them about that. When did they copyright this, or when?
It's not just that though. It's not just that black and white. It's not did you copyright it or not. It's intellectual property. Intellectual property is something you think of and you come up with, and you don't have to copyright it.
Yes, you do.
Already copyrighted. No, it already is.
When you do intellectual property, you have to get that copyrighted. You cannot. You have to go in and you have to do the legal paperwork and everything to get whatever registered or trademark. If they got that dance trademark, that would be a different story than it being copyrighted.
And my whole thing is, since when was a dance trademark? Fortnite was the first thing that ever came out that made money on dance moves.
If the Backpack Boy was able to go in and get his dance trademark, that would be a different story than him getting that copy.
Well, this was going to set a legal precedent because nobody has ever been like, oh, I'm going to go make money on my dance move and trademark that. In a game. Right.
But see, that would have been the thing. Epic.
Well, this is what the case is going to be. I guarantee it's going to be settled. Like money, no matter what, No matter what, I promise you, money's gonna exchange hands. It's gonna happen. I will bet you a Colt 45, 2 zigzags, and some tumbleweed. Good sir.
All right. I know exactly how it's going to go down. I'm calling it right fucking now. The lawyers all get into the room. It's all just, initial shit. Everyone pulls up to the table. Epic says, we want to settle. We want to settle and smash.
Yeah, I just was going to say that. You were going to say smash.
Well, we shall see. We shall see.
Either way this case goes, it is going to set a new legal precedent for what can and cannot be trademarked. Because dance moves, nobody has ever thought, like, oh, well, let me trademark my dance move.
Right.
Like, it's never been a thing because it's not something that you
can make
earn
money
money
It's the
on.
same.
can
It's the
make
same
money
thing
on.
with copyright. You can't really copyright a dance move.
Well, that's the whole question. That is
Right.
the legal question.
That's the legal precedent here.
Can you copyright a dance move?
No,
As of right now, how would you do that? We don't even know.
and
Right.
that's why the judge would ask those plaintiffs about that.
Right,
And they're
but
gonna
they'll look back. They'll have to look back and see, has this ever been done before? Has anybody ever been able to copyright? What's the legal precedent for copywriting a dance move? And there's nothing there. So what do you do then? What do you do then?
We shall see.
I'll tell you what you do.
You settle it.
If you're if you're Epic, you roll out the next emote, and it's going to be the Macarena.
Yeah, you just piss everybody
Bring
off.
that shit back.
Dude, I would
Those guys would probably be happy.
I would bring out like Chappelle's "Piss on You" email.
That video is bad.
Because then who do you pay? R. Kelly or Chappelle?
Right.
Either way, some money is going to happen one way or another.
It's happening, dude. I promise you.
That's
Me
it.
and
Money,
Josh are on the same
yeah.
level here. Like,
It's just simple math.
yeah.
It costs $1 million to carry this suit forward. I'm going to settle it for $100,000. I set it for $100,000.
You
Right.
know
That's what they're going to do.
You know who's really going to get rich out of this whole thing?
The lawyers.
Fonts.
You got it.
That's why I went into the wrong job.
We shall see.
Oh, shit. All right. Is there anything else we want to cover before we wrap this shit up?
Well, what did you guys personally think is your personal game of the year for 2018? And also, who did you guys think led the generation of gaming this year? Nintendo, Microsoft, or
So it's game of the year. Are you saying game that came out
Just-
this year or game
yeah,
I
game-
played
game-
this year?
game that came out this year? Game that came out this year, or a game that you played for 2018? And it's just a personal personally for you.
I'm going to throw it to Josh first.
I don't have any clue. Thank you, Larry. Game of the year, I'm gonna have to say God of War. Even though I haven't played much of it, it's still better than, for me, it's better than Red Dead. The narrative is better. I like it better. And then who
how
won?
about-
Oh, and then Eddie wants to know
Yeah.
who won.
Yeah.
Um,
Which platform had the best year?
Sony. I mean, on all cylinders, but I think that Microsoft is definitely firing, for the future.
Yeah,
They're building, you
they're
know.
making big dick moves in the background.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they're swinging it around. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this. I really think that they're gearing up they're going to have a really strong first quarter 2019,
Right.
but I really don't think we're going to see the bulk of that big dick swinging come to fruition until the generation turns over.
Sure. 2020, probably.
Whenever they roll out a new box.
And there's rumors on that too. Now there's like a family of devices is called Scarlet, but then one of the boxes is now called like Anaconda, and
Uh-huh.
another one called something else. I can't remember what it was. So it'll be interesting. It's supposed to be 2 SKUs, so I'm thinking it's going to be a streaming box and then a standalone box like the Xbox we have now.
So you're telling me that there's going to be a stream of stuff coming out of the Anaconda?
Yes, exactly right, Larry.
Ooh.
I heard they're also going to be updating their Microsoft streaming service, and they're changing it from Mixer to Mix-a-Lot.
Sir, Mix-a-Lot.
Uh-huh.
I also heard they like big butts.
You know, I was thinking about buying it, but I decided I don't want none.
Next person.
How about Kathy? She looks enthralled by that exchange.
She's like,
Well, if you paid attention to the chat, I even said, are the controllers known as the buns? Because you know.
I did catch that.
So I'm. No, I just didn't get to say what I wanted to say on the Epic stuff, so I'm a little peeved, but that's all right.
Oh, get in there.
No,
Get in there.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Back.
No, get in there.
Passed,
It's officially been rolled back.
No,
it's
you
not.
all changed it, so no.
Oh,
Game of the year. You know what?
damn it.
My game of the year is really limited because I've pretty
Fortnite?
much only played Fortnite all year. So
Is it Fortnite?
I cannot attest to anything else than Fortnite, and I know it's not this year. So, and I really don't think it's a game of the year. As much as I love playing it, it is not game of the year worthy. So,
but for your person, but personally for you, it's game of the year. Is what I'm asking.
Personally, for me, just because I have fallen in love with it so easily, Hollow Knight. Only because the game is it's a gorgeous game, art style wise. The music is amazing, and it's again it brings me back to how I felt when I started playing games. Like when I first got the Nintendo and when I first got the Super Nintendo, and it really reinvigorates why I play games, and it really draws me back into why I got into gaming in the first place. So it's a great art style, it's a great story. That's where I'm at with that. As for the companies, I'd have to say Microsoft over Sony. Sony just is. I think Sony's will be next year. This year was Microsoft. I think Microsoft really put themselves out there, did a lot of things with Nintendo with the platform sharing. Sony was being a little bitch and not wanting to play with everybody else. And what the fuck are you doing, Dylan?
Oh, play with the cat.
Dylan's sitting there stroking his pussy.
Yeah. Very softly and then firmly.
Sorry, it was just really distracting.
Sorry,
Like-
he keeps jumping on me.
No, it's okay. So Microsoft, I think this year, I think Sony's year will be next year.
Interesting.
And how about Dylan?
Game of the year is tough. I mean, I think my favorite, my most played game of the year is probably Civilization 6, Rise and Fall expansion. I love that fucking game. I can't get enough of Civ. I bought it twice this year because it came out on Switch.
Did it come out earlier this year, or was it the summer for PC?
Well, Rise and Fall came out this year. So,
it was the DLC came out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which definitely made that game a whole lot better, because when it came out last year, it was not as good as 5. But Rise and Fall made that game a lot better, a lot more full, even though it's $30 to make the game decent. But
you like it,
yeah, I like it. Yeah, I can't help it. And then, game I probably most enjoyed playing probably was Spider-Man. That game was just fun, man. It was fun. Beginning, middle, end, except for the Mary Jane and Miles Morales missions, which were hot garbage, and I hated them, and I wish they didn't exist. Alright, it just brought the fun to a grinding halt to do, unnecessary stealth missions. Did not like that. But the rest of it, loved it. So, solid nod to that game, and the God of War, great. But yeah, I don't know. I think I had the most fun this year playing Spider-Man, or even Smash. I mean, Smash is inching its way up that list. As far as console winners, I think I gotta give it to the Switch, man. Like, the Switch has been, knocking them out. Like, I don't even buy indie games on my PC anymore. They all go on my Switch. Like, every indie game that comes out to Switch that I can buy on PC, I buy on Switch. Why buy it on my PC when I can have it to go? Alright, like, it's great. But I think, Kathy said that, Xbox won this year. I think, numbers-wise, PlayStation probably won. But I gotta give it to Switch. They were killing it. And then I think Microsoft is making strong moves for coming into next year. As far as consoles are good, I'm not considering PC in this just because PC's always winning, PC Master Race. But it's, I think, within either next year or the year after that, Microsoft will be back in full swing. They're making all the right moves in all the right places. They're realizing that the gaming community has shifted from being oh, I just want to play on this console to I want to play with everybody all the time. And they're yeah, let's do that. They're giving you Game Pass, for if you buy it on Xbox, you got it on PC. If you buy a game on Xbox, you got it on PC. Backwards compatibility. They're just boom. They're being very, very friendly to their demographic, and they're casting a wide net to what that demographic is now. So I think come next year, Microsoft's going to be, especially once it starts getting more titles rolling in, is going to be boom, right back in the race.
And Edward.
So for me personally, I'm definitely have to go with Iconoclast as my game of the year for 2018. Really took its idea of religion and placed it in a really great story. Great gameplay, fantastic level design, really comedic and great writing and music. And it was all done by one person. So pretty much that is my game of the year personally for me. The company that actually led the generation of video games in 2018 is Nintendo. You cannot deny the hype people got from the Nintendo Direct still. How strong that Smash has been, the marketing for Smash, how people reacted with Joker being announced, the Smash trailer alone without no music, and you seeing everybody putting their own kind of music to them. That was great marketing for Nintendo on there. People pre-ordering the Pikachu Pokemon Let's Go. People buying dead cells on physical, and people still want physical stuff. Look how Dumper did with the limited run games. People bought most of all the Switch stuff quickly before they bought PlayStation. And just it felt like every game that came out that people doubted about Nintendo, people went up and got. Who could finally believe that Diablo 3 came off a Switch, and now everybody's playing Diablo 3 and still playing it today, showing pictures and stuff. Not such a knock against Sony or Microsoft. Microsoft, I think they had a strong 2018. Definitely by getting Ninja Theory, that's big. And then getting Obsidian, that's another big win for them. For 2019, I think they'll take. I think Sony, once again, they did a great job, but they still played it safe with God of War and with Spider-Man. Not saying that those two games are bad, but it was just the expectations that were high, they were met, and then people moved on from them. But I think Nintendo just pretty much really knocked it out the park. And even with the Nindie Showcase, when they showed in Europe, and with They showed them Formula One in America. People are looking forward to those games, and you got the flip grip that people really bought, and some of the Neo Geo stuff that people are playing a lot of arcade stuff on Nintendo. So I think Nintendo kind of really won this, and they're going into 2019 with some major games.
Right on. So that leaves me. I'm a little torn on my game of the year, but I think I know which direction this is going to swing. It's split between two for almost for opposite reasons. It's either Hollow Knight, but my problem here is that Hollow Knight actually released 2017.
Right.
It got its. I don't even want to say it got its major exposure, but it probably doubled its exposure from PC only to when it came to Switch, and then on top of that too, finally hitting PS4 and Xbox One with the Void Heart edition to boot. Sure, shit didn't hurt anything, but 1.0 for Hollow Knight was out 2017. Now that being said, the flip side of that equation though is for me Dead Cells. Oh my god, I played so much fucking Dead Cells, which was in early access in 2017, but 1.0 dropped in 2018. So for the sake of just my pure sanity, I'm gonna throw it to Dead Cells, because Dead Cells is so easy for me to go back to as well too. I've gotten so much play and enjoyment out of Dead Cells, and it's kind of become my default game for when I pick up my system and I go, I don't know what the fuck I want to play. I guess I'm playing Dead Cells. And that I never walk away upset at myself for having spent time with Dead Cells. I don't think, man, I should have spent the time playing this game, playing something else instead. I never get that feeling with Dead Cells. So I'm going to throw it to Dead Cells. As far as platforms, though, I'm going to throw it to Sony. I know this is going to sound a little oddball for me, but I think Sony probably had the most consistent year.
Right.
Microsoft just didn't feel like this was the beginning of rebuilding.
It's a rebuild, yeah.
And Nintendo was very lopsided this year to me.
It's strong. And it's strong.
Well, but it felt very uneven.
Yeah.
There's
a lot of dead space.
It's a lot of B team stuff, I think. Kirby,
Yeah.
Kirby, and
But the thing about it is that the talk about Nintendo and a lot of their games is still going on.
It is. But in terms of what they actually put out
to what
this
they actually
year for me, didn't move the needle for me as much. Now that being said, there was a ton of good indie stuff that really kept it floating, and that But I mean, as the platform holder, I look to you to be the one to continue to drive the interest in the system. That being said, they were able to get away with an off year like they had with 2018 because A, they ended on Pokemon Smash, and B, indies carried them so well throughout the year.
And see, that's why I don't think Sony is strong enough, because God of War and Spider-Man didn't carry Sony like it could have. Saying that God of War didn't really push more systems and Spider-Man really didn't push more systems. People were expecting them. The systems were in place for those games to sell, but God of War should have pushed close to 67 million copies. Spider-Man should have did the same thing, and
I'm not looking at what they sold. I'm looking at just in terms of what they put out.
Consistent releases,
in terms of consistency,
knocking out
release,
the
and
war.
quality.
Yeah, like it was
Sony had
home runs.
I mean, Sony didn't really do that because they only kind of first party sense. Sony really didn't have that due to the fact they had like God of War, Detroit Become Human, and pretty much Spider-Man. Tetris Effect, I guess. I don't think Sony. Did Sony publish Tetris Effect?
I don't
Or they
think
just
so.
highlighted?
No.
Okay. Those three games compared to like, of course, compared to like Kirby, Captain Toad, Bayonetta, but all of those are ports and stuff. Compared to what Pikachu and Smash has done and stuff, a lot of people have bought systems for those games, and not so much with God of War. And, and like I said, it's not knocking Sony or anything for that, but I think God of War and Spider-Man should have pushed way more systems and sold more to have some consistency with PlayStation 4.
I think Sony was already going to be fighting an uphill battle in terms of moving more systems with God of War and
I think they're pretty much
Spider-Man 2
saturated.
Yeah, I mean, there's almost a
They're already
PlayStation
there.
in every household, dude.
There's
Like,
almost 100 million PlayStations. I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking about saturation.
Yeah, like Spider-Man knocked it out the park. You know, God of War knocked it out the park. Detroit Until Dawn knocked it out of the park. I mean, you had very strong.
Until Dawn was last year. Was it last year?
What was it?
Oh.
Until Dawn? No, that was this year, wasn't it?
No, Until Dawn's the old game. You mean
I
Detroit
mean, not
Become Human?
Until Detroit Become Human. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
I
thinking.
think Detroit Until Dawn. That's a mashup.
Bill
of
was
games.
playing Detroit Till Dawn. That's the
I also
sequel.
think-
Yeah.
Still,
I also think we're forgetting
sequel
about
to Brooklyn,
PlayStation
No
VR.
Sleep Till.
I think we're
PlayStation-
forgetting about PlayStation VR. It's really hit a stride this year, where some
That's
really
true.
good games like Moss, Astrobot. I mean, Astrobot was nominated for Game of the Year, PS, VR Game of the Year. I mean, the VR Game of the Year. And that's a good thing. I mean, that's great for gamers to get more traction VR. And so I think they're kind of hit a stride. Personally, anyway.
Like I said, it just Sony felt like they had the smoothest, most consistent quality year to me.
And
So-
I think that's why I feel like they played it safe.
And you know
I
what?
mean,
It worked for
It
them.
worked, yeah.
Yeah, this year.
I mean, because there was always a special expectation. God of War is a well-known franchise. Spider-Man, because it came from Insomniac, that's the only reason why that game sold. No one would have touched Spider-Man if it came from some other developer.
Not necessarily true.
I mean, as long as it looked the way it did, I didn't care that Insomniac was making it. What I cared about is did the game look good? And the game
it's
looked.
because it's
Sure, but like if another developer came in and like
Yeah, touched
made
it.
the game
Right.
look fucking amazing, I would still buy it.
Because I doubt, I don't even think half of the Activision games that had a whole bunch of Spider-Mans, I don't even think they sold well.
It's because they were trash.
Yeah, because they were garbage
And-
games.
And right, and see, that's why I'm saying that's why Spider-Man sold, because Insomniac did it. If it
Well,
was
and it was getting great buzz. Like, everybody who played it loved it. It was all about the gameplay.
And let's not forget about Yakuza. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yakuza,
I've got every one of those.
Yakuza 6.
Yeah, Yakuza 6, and then they had a
Kiwami?
Kiwami 2, yeah.
I've got that. Yeah. I've
Yeah.
got all that. It was way too
And they're both fun, you know?
They gonna make it that money.
I don't think they got as much light as, God of War or,
right.
Spider-Man, but excellent games.
So I'm going to throw everybody on the spot for just a minute here. I want to rapid fire this one, and then we can close up here. But I want to throw in one last category for our kind of Game of the Year discussion here. We're going to invent a new one. We're going to call it Game of the Weird. What's the weirdest fucking game you played this year?
All right.
Josh, give me Game of the Weird.
I haven't played any weird games. I'm boring. Honestly, I haven't played any super weird games this year. I mean, for me, Dragalia was probably the weirdest game I played because that's most out of my kind of comfort zone.
All right, I'll take it.
But it's a good game.
I'll take it. I'm gonna go Caddy Corner. Eddie, Game of the Weird.
Spider-Man. I think that's very weird because it somehow works, and I couldn't believe that Insomniac actually pulled off doing a comic book game.
Okay. We're gonna jump over and Kathy.
Mobile game, Robot Unicorn Attack 2. Stupidest name, stupidest game. It is.
Give me that title again. What was that?
Robot Unicorn
Yeah.
Attack 2.
Attack 2, by the way.
Okay.
They made 2 of these. Or is it 2 like also? Like
I'm
EOO?
telling you, it is the weirdest game ever. I don't even know how to describe it. But basically, you're this unicorn, and all you do is you're just running, and you have to jump and dash, and yeah, it is so stupid, but it was so addicting because it's like one of those where you try to get as far as you can in the level, and then you try to beat that. So it's like
It's an endless runner.
Yeah.
pretty much it's like an endless runner, except it's side-scrolling and
You know, I won't even knock
unicorn.
it. I won't even knock it for that game's name. I think that's kind of cool.
But it is weird. And God, what's the name of the song? Or who's the group that? Shoot, I can't think of the name of the group. Hold on. But yeah, shoot, who's the music guy? Oh, Erasure is the theme song for it. Their song "Always" from way back in the '80s. It's like
Oh, yeah.
They sound familiar.
So yeah, but yeah, the weirdest game I found, and it's like a secret. Like shit. I'll play that at work when I'm really bored.
And how about Dylan? Give me your game of the weird.
Battle Chef Brigade. Probably one of my favorite games I played all year. I think it came out last year, but I played it this year. And it is like easily one of my most favorite like hidden gems that I just kind of stumbled upon. Like I was like, oh yeah, I'll pick this up for $5 on a sale or whatever. And I fucking love that game. It's so good. Like
Isn't it addictive?
yeah, I hope they come out with a 2. The story's even really good. Like for what
Artwork is crazy.
artwork, everything about that game is great. It's like Tetris meets like
Cookie
cooking.
Mama.
Yeah,
Overcooked.
like Overcooked. Yeah, it's beautiful and unique and funny, and the story's really good, and it's even got like side-scrolling like beat 'em up. Like it's got
Yeah.
all these weird mashup that you wouldn't like think would stick, and it just blends together so fucking perfectly. I love it. 10 out of 10. Would buy again.
Are you playing it on Steam? On PC?
I played it on Switch.
on Switch.
Nice. So I'm gonna throw out my game of the weird, and Kathy's probably gonna roll her eyes at me, but you'll probably know where I'm coming from here. I'm gonna say Undertale.
Okay.
Undertale is just like playing schizophrenia. It can't decide what the fuck it is.
I would agree with you. I mean, to a point.
I have it on my Switch.
Obviously
and I
not
need
the
to start it.
It's interesting.
It is.
It is definitely it is a game. It has graphics and text, and you definitely push some buttons.
In other words, the fighting mechanic is kind of weird. The battles.
It's fucking bizarre. It's not just that, but the whole story is fucking bizarre. It is fucking everything weird. So I feel like Undertale goes. I feel like if all the games were together in an awards show, Undertale would be the one that shows up in a furry costume, and all the other games look at it and go, "Really? You couldn't be normal for just one fucking night?"
Well, that depends. Because I was like, oh, that's new.
I'm just saying. And not just any furry costume. It's going to show up in a full-blown Tanuki suit.
Is it
Giant
on,
Tanuki balls and everything.
is the physical version out on Switch?
Yeah, dude. We've got an unboxing of it on our YouTube channel.
I just don't know. I didn't know when it came out. I know Japan had one, but I didn't know they did one for North America.
Yep, Fangamer did the special edition for it and everything.
That's
XCOM
fine.
2's on soon.
So, but yeah, I'm gonna say that's a perfectly good place to close up because we're getting a little long in the tooth. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the live stream. Thank my wonderful partners in crime for putting up with our nonsense. Say thank you to everybody that's listening, and leave you with a reminder. Hit us up at our home on Podbean at world11.podbean.com. All one word, all spelled out. You can also, of course, find the show at Google Play Music, iTunes. For anybody on iTunes, do not forget, in a week, I am blowing up the iTunes feed because it is trapped with the old Shout Engine feed that will not be being updated for really any longer. And there will be a new iTunes listing, so you'll need to research for World 11 Podcast on iTunes. I will make sure, though, that there's a new link for that, or a fresh link when that's done, up on the Facebook page and the Twitter page. Which reminds me, you should also like the Facebook page, follow the Twitter page. Also, check out our shiny, awesome new Twitch channel. You can find that at World 11 Podcast, all one word, on Twitch as well. And I think I actually covered it all this time. Yeah. I'll go with that. That works. All right. Well, that's it for us. Everybody, say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you next time on World 11 Podcast. Bye, everybody.
Peace.
Scotch.
Dylan, did you ever play?
Go ahead.
Did you ever play Mad World?
Yeah.
No, I never played Mad World.
There's a bit in there. The guy that played the voice of Bender,
Oh yeah.
Joe DiMaggio, whatever the fuck his name is. He plays one of the announcers in Mad World.
Okay.
The whole premise of the game is that it's like a fucking game show, and you've got announcers kind of narrating the shit going on, and he plays. He said one of the announcers, and there's a bit where he's something like, "Man, he's gonna need some painkillers." You know what I used to wash down my painkillers? Scotch. And then I washed it down with more
Scotchy,
scotch.
scotch.
Scotch. I love scotch.